Today on This Old House,
New house wrap will help keep the house warmer and drier.
our 1890s house is now wide open front to back.
Fall is a great time for dividing and relocating plants, and that's exactly what we're here to do today.
And it's time to make the final choices for the kitchen design. Hi there, I'm Kevin O'Connor and welcome back to This Old House and to our 1890s Victorian here in West Roxbury where work is underway. Well, you can see that the siding was not in great shape, so a lot of it is coming off. In fact, all of it is coming off. Most of it off the side is down already, and as you wrap around to the front and you look up top, you can see the paint damage and some of the siding damage up there, so that's why that is coming out here as well. Hey, good morning, Rodrigo. So in the front, we've got our work cut out for us. Jen's got to do something with the landscaping, something with these trip points and the hardscaping right here. And the porch, which gets saved, it's going to get an update. The homeowners want sort of more of a modern look, so maybe some cable rails, but a lot of this will go, but the porch will stay. Now inside is where most of the work is going on, and you can see some of the things that we are saving. So this beautiful staircase, it's been protected because that's staying in place. A lot of the windows are going, but not all of them. This stained glass one here in the foyer stays. And then as you come into the front room here, you'll see that we've got high ceilings, decent moldings. The homeowners love this, so this room pretty much stays the same. But then as you go to the back of the house, you can see they're going for the open floor plan. So just a couple weeks ago, there was a wall right here with sort of a two-door opening. That has come down between living room and what was the dining room. And then back through here, there was a solid wall. And this separated the dining room from the kitchen. That is gone as well. So the kitchen will continue through this entire space. This will be walled off so that room's entered from another place, and then it'll open up into here. Good morning, Deleandro. Hey, Tommy. You guys have been busy, huh? A lot of work going on.
Yes. Guys are busting in. We're getting everything ready for our LVLs to go up.
And walls are coming down, Tommy. So we got that open floor
bearing
plan.
walls and non-bearing walls. I mean, right here we have a temporary wall that actually is carrying the load that this wall was carrying. These other walls that came down weren't bearing, so you notice there's no temporary wall.
So what is going back up? What are you guys thinking about in terms of if a bearing wall comes down, we got to support it, right?
Yeah, we got to support it. So we have a triple beam LVL. It's going to go across, picking up a load right from that point. So it's going to come up over there, picking up the load of this joist, and it's going to tie into a second beam that's going to go from the outside wall into this point over here. So this will be our second point of load.
Gotcha. So not a post here because you want everything opened up.
Yes.
So it's got to hang off of something.
Right. Well, down below there's a bearing beam with lally columns in the basement.
Gotcha.
And because there's no lally column over there, we'll have to put one lally column or a beam or a post in the basement to support the load of that beam.
So this is obviously our material for the new beams going up.
Yes.
We got LVLs.
Yes, exactly. So for that matter, we're going to have a temporary post that's going to be right over here, holding up this beam until we get that lolly column in the basement installed.
All right. Well, you guys are ready to work. I'll join you.
All right,
great.
Awesome. Go start.
Want to go out? All right, take the claw of your hammer and put it around the nail. Push up to make them even. And up just a hair right there. That's good. Boy, what a difference, huh?
Yeah, that looks great right already.
Wide open, I like it.
It's beautiful.
Nice work, boys.
Fall is a great time for dividing and relocating plants, and that's exactly what we're here to do today. The homeowners wanted to tidy up the front yard a bit, and they would also like screening in the backyard. But the budget is tight. So I had my crew dig up the old rhododendrons from the front yard and put them all the way in the backyard. Hey, Derek.
Hey, Jen.
What do you think of the blank palette?
I think it's changed a little bit, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You never know what you're going to find underground, too. That was underneath one of the rhododendrons. What does that say?
Department of the Navy, United States of America.
Cool.
Yeah.
And a religious artifact.
Yeah.
So that aside, what do you think of this whole new space? What are your plans?
Well, I think we're going to have a much better view of the porch now. Having some color in the landscape is going to be really important because the house is going to be a gray color. So, yeah, those pops of color in the plantings are really going to make a difference to offset that.
So we
neutral.
will pick shrubs to complement the color and help it all tie and flow together while not covering the deck and letting it be breathable. There's one plant up back that I want to show you. I think it's going to be perfect to anchor right here.
Sounds good.
Okay, Derek, here are the rhododendrons from the front. This one's already found its new home. This one is awaiting its new home, but I think it's going to be going back here in this corner where I found this really beautiful Japanese threadleaf maple. Can you tell me about this?
It never really had the opportunity to grow much more than it has in the last 9 years since I put it in, along with these couple of hydrangeas on either side.
What I think is that how the sun rotates around, this gets absolutely no sunlight. So if we pull it out and transplant it to a new home, and then I think these can be in addition to the back property line, the two hydrangeas, it's like moving furniture around,
yeah.
but in a safe way. So I'm gonna have the guys start to dig this one up, and then we're gonna work on the willow.
Yeah, that's good. I think this color is going to look really good up there too.
I think it's going to complement what you picked.
Great idea. You know, my wife and I really love this really hairy, bushy tree or shrub or
You know
what
what?
is
It's
this?
actually a shrub.
Yeah.
It's called a dappled willow, and it's in the Salix family. So it's not a willow tree, but it's a shrub, and it's at least 50 years old. Look at the base of it.
Yeah.
And it's provided great screening for you, but it needs a little love. We need to take off these suckers. A lot of them, it'll give more energy to the tree. So, and also clean up the appearance, expose this bark, and then contain it, pull it away from your house because you don't want any squirrels to be able to jump over on your new place. So, you know, tuck it back a couple feet and just give it a nice shape because I'm sure it's a great screen between you and your neighbor.
Sounds good.
Here's what I brought for you.
All right.
Some gloves to do a little pruning.
Sounds good.
Got some pruners. Okay, so basically what you do, I want to take a lot of these suckers off to expose this bark and give a little more energy to the tree. So just get as close as you can, as close to there, and then you just snip it, right? So there's a nice clean cut. So just go like this, and we're going to do this all around the base of the tree.
Great.
And it'll just clean it up.
Should I grab like this one here?
Yeah,
or?
go for that one. Excellent, good, nice angle on that cut, that was great.
Thanks.
All right, and then just keep on going. There's tons over there.
Yeah.
It's important to have nice sharpened pruners when you're pruning, nice clean pruners as well, so you don't transmit any diseases.
This is the most attention the shrub has received in the entire time we've owned this house.
Okay, Derek, let's take a step back and to look at the overall shape. The suckers are out. It's got lots of air circulation below. We took it back from the house. And you know what? I think when all the leaves emerge in the spring, it's going to be nice and tight and clean. All right, so this is the location for the Japanese maple from the back. And look how happy it is going to be. It's not jammed up against the fence. There's air circulation, got the sunlight coming in, and I really think it's a good spot for it.
Yeah, plus it gives us that pop of color that we've been talking about here in the corner of the house with the neutral house, the gray color behind it.
I think we're off to a great start here. See you in a little bit.
Yeah, I appreciate all your work.
No worries.
right, so the guys are ripping off all the siding on the house. It was really in bad shape. You can see it up there. The paint's peeling, the boards are rotting. But look here, underneath the siding, what we're uncovering. We're uncovering different types of paper. So right here, this is a rosin paper, and this is a lightweight felt paper. And what these do is this is actually a separation from the face of the sheathing to the back side of the siding. So Alejandro, what's your plan for covering the sheathing before you install the siding?
So we have this state-of-the-art product that we're going to be putting up on the walls.
Okay.
It's self-adhesive material, so it has a very good thickness to it.
Yep.
That way we can put it without staples or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's a vapor permeable material.
Right.
And it's also air sealed, so basically it allows the house to breathe.
But it also keeps it nice and tight.
Perfect, yeah, exactly.
And the type of insulation that you have, you want to make sure that those cavities are kept tight because you don't want the air to move in there and lessen the R value of that insulation. And that's important. I also like the fact that it is stuck to the face of the sheathing, because the more staples you put in it, the more penetrations you can create. So that's good, and it's also nice and tight against the wall also.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So that way it also eliminates all the need for all those staples, right?
Right. So you want a hand getting the rest of the siding off?
Yes, yes, we'll get to it right now.
Okay, sounds good. So you're gonna nail off all of the sheathing?
Yes.
That's good because it tightens it back up to the structure. It does a couple of things. It actually makes the house stiffer because the nails are moving away with time. They're sitting here, the wood expands and contracts, the nails loosen up, the boards come out. You're pushing them back, you're making it flatter, but that strength that you're giving back by nailing it helps with the vibration, the movement, the wind, and everything else from a house going back and forth. So you're really stiffening up the structure. It's a good thing.
Awesome. So should we keep it up?
Absolutely.
It's time for Derek and Robin to make some final decisions on their kitchen, including countertops and cabinets, and no better place to do it than at a kitchen showroom. Hey Robin, hey Derek.
Hey,
It's Marissa.
Hi,
Nice
Kevin.
to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
So decision time for you guys, which is exciting. Is this part of the inspiration, this vignette here?
It is. When I walked in and saw it and fell in love and immediately called Derek and said, you have to come see this.
We'll take it all, Marissa. So what's going on here? Explain sort of me the layout, what you're trying to get, what's the effect?
So what we did in this display, we actually created a framework around the back wall to set all of this centerpiece back so that it kind of pops and moves forward.
So by framework, you're saying sort of the left side pushed forward across the top, and the right as well.
Correct.
And then here being inset, so this creates the frame.
Yes.
Okay. How do you guys feel about framework? Does that work for you?
We love that idea. We're opening up the kitchen to the living and dining area. So the kitchen can't just feel like utilitarian cabinets on the wall. It's got to feel like actual furniture in the living spaces.
Okay. And they're sleek. I mean, this is a modern, this is a very contemporary look for an older Victorian. That's what you guys are going for as well?
Yeah, we're going for a little contrast here. You're going to have traditional elements and some really, really sleek new elements in this.
Very flat, sort of recessed as well. And the other thing that I notice is the band of light underneath here, which is very cool, sort of sleek. Throw some light on there. And then we've got more here, more there.
Yes. So this is a metal channel that's incorporated into the construction of the cabinet. You're able to not use hardware, so it will help keep everything kind of clean and modern and minimal as well.
Cool. You guys like the lighting? That works for you?
I love the lights, and they can go from really cool to really warm, so depending on our mood, we can change it up.
Oh, heavens, all right, it's unsettling, the mood. We have framework, we have lighting, it looks like materials and surfaces are laid out here. What have you brought us?
So I put together two options. Both include a matte smooth material incorporated with some wood grain as well. So in order to create a framework, we can use a matte texture and maybe the matte black, and then do your wall cabinets in the wood grain to create a lot of depth.
Both like that. What do you guys think?
Yeah, we really love it because we want to create a simple black frame, and I think that matte black really accomplishes that. And then having this warm, recessed central cabinetry right above the backsplash, I think is going to make a big pop and impact.
All right, framework and materials we seem to be coalescing on. Layout?
Well, I have a couple schematics laid out for you, so why don't we go to the conference room and take a look?
Sounds good.
Great.
Well, I'm excited to show you your layout today. So we talked a lot about framework and creating a furniture look, a built-in element where you're very open to your dining area. So we took the matte black and created your frame here, and then introduced your warm wood element for your recessed wall cabinets, and then tied it back down to your island as well. It's nice and open to your dining living space, and so we created an oversized island so that you really have that use of both spaces kind of as one.
So this is where I see that big pop, the contrast for the first time. Does seeing it here sort of affirm your guys' decisions for you?
Yes, and very clean. I love it.
All right, well, you guys keep making decisions so we can get the cabinets ordered and then installed, but it's great work with homeowners where one's an architect and both are decisive, so thank you for that. And Marissa, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin.
So is this a new window that's going to go in here?
Yeah, that's the new kitchen window.
Okay, so it's actually going to be wider and shorter. So let's look at this. This is basically starts with the interior. You have a wood extension jamb right here that the finished trim will go against. The casing for the window is fiberglass, it looks like. And that's better than vinyl because it doesn't move like vinyl. The exterior of the window is a painted aluminum clad, so no maintenance on the outside.
Yeah, that's it. Yep, no maintenance on that new window.
Right, and this looks like a new window because it's going on to a nailing flange.
Yes, yeah, so that's a new construction window. We still have to prep the opening for it. So we're gonna cut the studs to height.
Yep.
I've marked over here. So this is where the window starts.
Yep.
And it goes that way. And this will be the bottom of the window on top of the kitchen countertop.
So it'll be a countertop here. So this is really being closed up, but you're really doubling the width of it.
Yes.
All right, let's
yes,
get
that's
this out. Nice. All right, we're going to use an old clapboard that we took off the house. It's thicker on one end than the other, so it actually has a taper. We're going to lay it on this sill that's level this way and this way. We're going to pitch it down like that. The thin part will be out. So if any moisture or water should collect in behind here, it will run out, not in. All right, let's go outside and put the wrap on. Normally, what we would do is we'd cover this whole wall with the house wrap. Well, we get some bad weather coming in this weekend, and we want to get this covered up so we don't get water inside. So we can cover just this section. The good thing about this house wrap, we can install it, it'll stick to the house, do what we want, and then later we can put another piece right over it, and it will stick really tight. All right, so now we're going to run this tape around the perimeter. Actually, we're going to do the bottom and the two sides, and then later we'll do the top. Now we're using this tape because this is the tape that the window manufacturer recommends, and we don't want to void the window warranty. All right, now before the window goes in, we have to run a bead of caulking behind the nailing flange. So what I've done is I've drew a line about 3/4 of an inch in from the rough opening on the sides and the top. Hold it right there, not too far. Okay, so now I want to slide it all the way that way. Push it all the way that way.
Push it para mí. There we go.
Okay, so with the window tight against the rough opening on that end, I'm going to put a pencil mark right there. Now we're going to slide the window all the way back this way. Okay, good. And put another mark. Now we slide it back a little bit. Here it goes, so I can see that first mark. Now here's the original mark, and here's the mark on this side. So if I divide that in half, I put a mark right there. We now slide the window back. Oh, okay, good. Okay, now is level, window level.
All right, we're good. Yep.
All right, so now that we have the window set in the rough opening and it's level and centered, we're going to take a nail on each side of bottom, close to the bottom as we can get it, and drive one nail in on each side. Okay. So now the next thing I want to do is I want to check the window to see if it's plumb. I have 67 1/4. So now if I go up, I want the tape to hook right in the center of the tape and right at that same position that I measured from on this side. The number is 67 1/4. That tells me not only is the window square, but it's plumb. All right, so the next thing we need to do is we need to check the exact measurement at the top of the window outside. Okay, 51 1/16. Now we're going to check the exact measurement in the middle of the window. It's 51 1/16. That tells us that the window is exactly parallel all the way down and straight. All right, that looks good. Now the window is nailed off. It was centered in the opening. It's cocked behind the flange on each side and across the top. It's square, level, and plumb. All right, so what have you got for us next time?
So next time we're just gonna be finished with house wrapping, pop the windows in, and finish and start on the exterior window trim.
All right, that's great. So until then, I'm Tom Silva
I'm Deleandro Diaz.
for This Old House.
Next time on This Old House,
Now, the biggest problem with an old house is they're out of level.
They're out of level.
If we climbed the walls with the water table being level, this siding would hang down about that much.
Nothing says Boston City living more than a nice shade tree along the sidewalk. And that's exactly what's missing from our project.
And this low-hanging pipe is a menace, but we have a solution.